이것 좀 보세요. 이게 한국 배예요. 진짜 크죠? 제가 가족들하고 추석을 보내고 방금 돌아왔어요. 이렇게 큰 배들과 함께. 그런데 여러분은 추석에 대해서 얼마나 알고 있어요? So, how much do you know about Korean Thanksgiving Day? 추석을 이해하려면 유교에 대해서 조금 알아야 돼요. So, 유교 is called Confucianism, and 유교 plays an important role in Korean culture. So, if you understand what 유교 is about, you will get to understand the Korean mentality and behavior as well. So let's get started. Part 1. What do we do during Chuseok and Seollal? During Chuseok, Thanksgiving Day, and Seollal, New Year's Day, we do rituals to show respect to our ancestors. First, we set up a table following the traditional customs. Second, we light incense sticks to invite them. Third, all the family members bow to them. Fourth, we give some time for them to have the food. Fifth, we bow again, and then all the family members get together and have their food after reheating it. After all this ritual, all of us visit ancestors' tombs. For my family, it takes about 2 hours to get there, but sometimes it can take a little bit longer if there is any traffic jam, as many Koreans are moving around the time. When we arrive at the tombs, we perform a mini version of the rituals that we did at home. We serve less food and do lesser bows, but we still show the same amount of the respect to our ancestors. I always make a joke that our ancestors should run or fly really fast back to their tombs after being invited to our house. Lots of cardio after eating all the heavy Chuseok and Seollal food. I think it's pretty fair. Part 2. What is Yugyo, Confucianism? Then why do we respect our ancestors? The Korean culture in general heavily relies on Yugyo, Confucianism. This is unlike any other religions you know, but more about academic discipline created by Confucius from China. Confucius is not a god, but a scholar. Let's talk about the era he was living in. During the transitional period between the Bronze and the Iron Ages, there were so many wars happening in China. Confucius argued that we fought a lot because we are losing morality but becoming more greedy. He said people are born to be nice and moral. However, human greed makes us immoral. So we need to avoid greed, but try to recover the morality that we are born with. The morality that he defined was called in. The character in came from two people. The core concept of in is love and respect between two people. Many religions have an absolute figure, and people practice to be closer to them. However, in is more about the constant practice of loving and respecting people. In can be practiced individually and then expanded socially. For individual practice, it can be like this. First, younger people respect older people. Second, you care more about people close than distant. Third, you choose the morally correct one over immoral one. Part 3. How Confucianism influenced the modern Korean culture. This discipline explains a lot about people's behavior in Korea. First, we use different speech forms to show respect to older people. Second, this is very interesting. We don't necessarily hold doors for unknown people. Third, if you leave your belongings to your cafe seat, they will most likely be there because people don't want to be involved in other people's affairs. Fourth, wedding guests don't talk at all if they don't know each other, because we think we don't have to put any effort to the people we are not related to. Fifth, Korean celebrities are quickly cancelled if they cause a problem, because people tend to apply high moral standards to the socially influential people. Returning to the Chuseok and Seollal rituals, food is means of communication between the dead and the living, also amongst the family members. Traditionally, Chuseok and Seollal are special holidays for anyone to feel connected. But sometimes these holidays make some family members unhappy. I will tell you about some cases. In a family, older people will pressure or advise younger people to perform well in their schools and get into a good university and get a good job with a high income and get married sooner and have children. The opposite case rarely happens. Younger people are culturally not allowed to criticize older people. Also, it feels very awkward to start a conversation with the relatives that you're not really close to, because we are not used to having small talks to break the ice. I recently watched a viral video about modern Korean culture with Confucianism created by a popular YouTuber, Mark Manson. Many Koreans seem to agree with the points made in the video. But if you think about it, Confucianism was introduced to Korea long ago to govern the old agricultural society. Unlike a religious doctrine, no absolute figure requires strict adherence to old traditions. So, there is room for flexibility in interpreting the rules. Koreans often reflect critically on our culture and traditions. Sometimes we overly criticize ourselves. I also have love and hate relationship with my own country. But in my opinion, we should still appreciate our traditions in general while adjusting some inconvenient parts to match our modern lifestyle. By the way, I simplified the concept of Confucianism and added my personal opinions as a Korean. So this video can sound somehow shallow and subjective. So I hope you understand this part. Thank you for watching this video. 감사합니다.